The love life of Emmanuel Macron is one of the world's most intriguing stories that will become a potential blockbuster in both Hollywood and other movie industries.
You can say that again, pal.
The love story between the French president Emmanuel Macron and his wife Brigitte Macron has grown from becoming a political topic to a generation-spanning and taboo-breaking romance. One of the reasons why Emmanuel Macron's love life has become popular is due to the fact that his wife is 24 years older than him and was his former drama teacher. Exciting, right? Emmanuel Macron first met his wife, formerly known as Brigitte Trogneux, when he was 15 years old and a schoolboy at La Providence, a private school in Amiens, northern France. At this time, Brigitte was 39 years old and married to André-Louis Auzière and mother to 3 kids. In an interview with the media, Brigitte confessed Emmanuel Macron was exceptionally intelligent and thought he was mature above his age, making him popular among the teachers. The couple started to become closer when they were co-authoring a play and felt they had known each other long before. Emmanuel's parents, Jean-Michel Macron and Françoise Macron, thought their son was dating Laurence, Brigitte's daughter, until a family friend disclosed the truth. Out of shock at the illicit affair, his parents confronted Brigitte and asked her to stay away from their son till he became an adult. But she told them she could not promise them anything. Her answer infuriated his parents, who had to remove Emmanuel Macron from same school Brigitte teaches. Before his parents sent Emmanuel to France's capital, he promised his teacher that he would come back and find her no matter where she would be and marry her. Emmanuel Macron was 17 years old when he made this vow. While in Paris, Emmanuel continued seeing Brigitte and even failed most of his exams and blamed his failure on being too much in love and having little time for revision. He spent most of his young adult life fighting in order to live his private and professional life as he wanted. When Emmanuel Macron hit 18 years, he started dating his 43-year-old teacher. In January 2006, Brigitte divorced Auzière. The following year, she married Emmanuel Macron in the seaside resort of Les Tourcottes at the age of 55, while Macron was 30 years old. It should interest you that by the time this marriage happened, Macron was not the president of France and had not indicated an interest in becoming president. You can say the marriage was based on love and not politics. Emmanuel Macron is younger than his stepson Sebastian, the same age as his stepdaughter Laurence, and 6 years older than Stéphane, his last stepdaughter. This age factor did not stop Emmanuel from acting in the role of a stepfather, nor did it prevent his stepchildren from giving him their support. In fact, during the 2017 elections, Stéphane was his party candidate. Brigitte did not come from a political family. Her family owns a French chocolate-making conglomerate known as Brigitte Trogneux. She grew up with 5 siblings, of which she is the youngest. She was not also active in politics. The only time she ventured into politics was in 1989 and ran for office in the city council of Troctasham, but she was unsuccessful. With this, you can tell the relationship and marriage between Emmanuel Macron and Brigitte was not based on politics or interest. It was pure love. Many people had asked Brigitte what made her have a relationship with a student and even marry him when he was younger than his son. She always answered that taking the decision to leave André-Louis for Emmanuel was the best, as her life and happiness would have passed her by. Reports have it that the French president, Emmanuel Macron, calls his wife after an hour and 30 minutes.
Wow!
They always talk to each other and have things to say every time. This couple has a copy of each other's schedule and knows what the other is doing at every moment. You can only see Emmanuel Macron attending engagements or functions with Brigitte on his side. Her constant attachment and bond with her husband do not prevent the First Lady from carrying out her political responsibilities. In 2016, she stopped teaching and became active in Emmanuel Macron's presidential campaign. Although the marriage and love story had sparked reactions and scandal for many people, including the media, there had never been any formal trouble. It is not uncommon to see the couple touching each other in public or being affectionate to themselves, and anyone can spot it from afar. They are not just the closest presidential couple produced in history, but one of the most intimate couples you can ever meet. Brigitte adds to Emmanuel Macron's self-esteem and can be best described as the wind beneath his wings and his equilibrium. The couple is yet to have children of their own, but this does not affect their love. Emmanuel Macron believes they must not have kids. Moreover, their house is filled with children, Brigitte's 3 children and her 7 grandchildren, who call Emmanuel daddy. Emmanuel Macron's family has also come to love their son's wife, Brigitte, and his mother refers to her daughter-in-law as a friend, claiming they have the same priorities and do not hide anything from each other. His mother has also accepted that she might not have direct grandchildren from her presidential son. Emmanuel Macron and Brigitte Marie-Claude Macron's love story is one that is compelling to hear and watch. Their love story teaches that age differences and sex issues cannot stop people who are genuinely in love. This couple faced backlash from people, especially Brigitte. The local townspeople criticized her for marrying a younger man. Some of her friends refused to speak to her over her choice. The marriage news also affected André-Louis, Brigitte's former husband, as he left town out of embarrassment. With all the backlash, Emmanuel Macron and his wife has put up a brave show and currently have high approval ratings from people. A case study of an intriguing love story is that of the French president and his lovely wife, who did not allow sexiest and ageist comments from people to downplay their relationship and love.